Hi, Cassadee.
Hi.
Thank you for taking the time to speak to us at 2Country Radio today.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. How are you finding England? Is it your first visit over here?
It's not, but I love England. I've been here twice before with my old band, Hey Monday.
Right.
And we opened for Fall Out Boy, and we came back for our own headlining tour. So
Wow.
I have a lot of good experiences, a lot of good memories here.
Oh, that's really cool, yeah. I know you're over here mainly to promote your new album, Frame by Frame.
Yes.
How does it feel to be releasing an album outside of America?
It's really surreal. I love that I'm able to share my story so far from home. It's my first time, expressing myself in this way as a solo artist standing alone. There's a lot of fans here that I've had since 2008, and it's really exciting to be able to kind of let them into where my life is now and express myself in a different way.
Cool. I know you wrote some of the tracks for the album yourself.
Mm-hmm.
There must be some real personal experiences in there. Which song means the most to you?
The song 11 is definitely the most personal. It's about my parents' divorce when I was 11, and it was a really great moment for me to hear that song finished, because I was worried about letting that out there and expressing myself that deeply, but I realized that so many people go through that experience, and if I'm going to be the person that helps them through it just by expressing myself through music, then that's a huge opportunity for me, and I'm honored to do that.
Absolutely, yeah. I know you already had chart success in America with some songs from the album, and obviously your songs from The Voice as well.
Mm-hmm.
Are you planning to release any singles over here?
Absolutely. I've got a surprise. My single, I Wish I Could Break Your Heart, is coming out here next week, and it's a different song lyrically, because a lot of people have different interpretations of it, but to me, it's about being the vulnerable one in a relationship, because you're more invested than the other person, and with that comes the worry that they could break your heart at any given moment, and maybe they don't love you enough to where you could break theirs.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Know it all too well.
I think we've all been there.
Yes.
So yeah,
unfortunately,
that is definitely something people can always relate to.
Yes.
How can the UK audience find your music?
You can find it on iTunes.
Cool.
And you can keep checking my Twitter and my Facebook, because I'm always sending updates about where to find it. And the album's coming out next week, so it'll be very accessible for everybody here.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I've already heard the album. I've had one that's sent over from America. And
look at you, fancy! Thanks for listening. Yeah, exactly.
Country music over here in England is going through massive growth at the moment. We've got so many artists such as yourself that are now coming over here and bringing the music over here, which is great, because it's one of those things that's never been really, really big in this country until recent years. Right. And it's just great to see it coming over. How important is it to build a fan base out of America for yourself?
It's always been a goal of mine since I started singing at 4 years old. It's always been a goal to be an international artist and to have my music all over the world. And to do that is to go to those places and build from the ground up. I love that I'm here and the album's not out yet, the single hasn't come out yet, but I'm getting people to know me better. And I feel like once people meet me and they understand me, then the music kind of makes a little more sense, because the songs are so personal and I'm telling my story in every single song. So the album is like the story of my life, and I'm hoping that people connect with all the lyrics.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. From what I've heard, I'm sure they will.
Awesome. Thank you.
Does that mean that you may be coming back here for some shows?
Absolutely. The goal of mine is to come back at some point towards the end of this year, play some shows. The album will have been out for a while, so I'm hoping that works out.
Oh, that would be great, yeah. We'd be more than happy, to try and promote you on the radio as well.
Well, thanks. Yeah, well, that will help for sure getting me back here.
Yeah, definitely. Now, a lot of your fans here, they know you from The Voice. Obviously, you were in the USA version of The Voice. We've only had it really in England for 2 or 3 years now.
Right.
But a lot of your fans obviously will know you from that. And of course, you were the winner.
Yes!
How cool was that? What was that
exciting
experience like?
It was such an amazing experience, very big learning experience for me. I I grew a lot as a vocalist on that show because it really forced me to perfect my craft and to really hone down and practice every day, do my vocal exercises. So I felt myself growing as a vocalist on that show. And another thing that I learned is to just go with your gut instincts. On that show, one decision could send you home, one bad decision. So I really, I know a lot of people say, go outside your comfort zone, experiment, but I've stayed in my comfort zone, and I think that worked for me because I was myself, and I think people related to my story as well when I opened up about, my family, and, when I did Over You by Miranda Lambert, I talked about losing my great-grandfather when I was a kid who I was really close with. So I feel like sharing my story really helped me out too because people could relate.
Absolutely, yeah. I know you sang some fantastic songs during the series and some that were, so personal to other people who'd already recorded them. Who chooses what you get to sing? Do you get any input in that, or is it
I
chosen for you?
No, they're really great about letting us have a lot of creative freedom on that show because I think they know a lot of us are songwriters and had careers before the show, so they know that we have very big visions for ourselves. But I chose every song. The only song I didn't choose was Stand by Rascal Flatts because that week was the coach's choice week. So it was really fun. I got to do all the songs that I'm heavily influenced by that I used to cover as a kid, and that songs that were just really I was emotionally connected to.
That's great, yeah. Because it's the emotional connection that comes over, obviously, to the audience. And
it is, yeah.
And that helps them relate to you as well. So, yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Awesome, yeah.
What was your favourite performance on The Voice?
Probably a song called Stupid Boy by Keith Urban.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I love how you turned it around to be a girl song rather than a guy song.
Well, it's amazing because the song was written by this really talented songwriter, Sarah Buxton, and it's actually from a woman's perspective. So when Keith did it took on this whole new meaning, which I loved. And I didn't know that Sarah had written it. So when I chose the song, I went back and I looked her up and I looked up some performances she did of it. And it really inspired me to strip it down, make it more about the lyrics. And it's an emotional song because a lot of girls go through that and have had somebody in their lives at some point manipulate them and make them feel that like they're not good enough. So I really connected with that song.
That's great, yeah. Of course, you were part of Team Blake.
Yes. It's a good team to be on.
Oh, it's a very good team to be on. What was he like to work with, Blake Shelton? And is he really as crazy as he seems? I mean, we all see him on social media and he seems really, really good fun.
Yeah, he's really fun, very, very outgoing, and he speaks his mind, which, God love him. I think that's an amazing thing about his personality. But people don't see, they might see the personal, nurturing side of him, but we really got to see that, and he was so comforting. That experience it pulls you in so many different ways and it makes you feel all these different ways, but he really kept all of us grounded and was there for us. He was kind of like our cheerleader and just stood there and encouraged us. So that was a really, really great experience.
That's great. What inspired you to choose Blake out of all the panel?
I had seen the seasons prior and I really loved his way of coaching. He really let his artists have creative freedom and do whatever they wanted, whatever spoke to them and whatever they connected with. So I knew if I did a show like that, I really needed to feel comfortable in the songs I'm doing and really just have my visions come to life. And I knew Blake was the guy to let me do that.
That's cool, yeah. He must be really, really proud of you. Obviously, you won for his team.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you still keep in touch? Does he still give you guidance now?
He keeps in touch, and he's been really great with congratulating me on things. When the album went #1 in the U.S., he congratulated me, and then the first single went platinum, and he never ceases to contact me when I have achievements like that, which means a lot.
That is lovely. Yeah. It's really good that he's kind of following your progress and following up on you as well.
And I follow him too, but I'm a fan, so
then
of course, of course, it's fitting for me to congratulate him.
Absolutely. Yeah. I heard that CMT filmed a documentary about your journey after The Voice.
Yes.
How was that?
That was a really, really amazing decision to do that because a lot of people know me from The Voice. They know me because they saw me on TV. So I thought, well, I might as well document my life now and again, they can know me better by watching TV.
Absolutely.
So I feel really lucky that I got to document moments on the show, like when I first heard my song on the radio. The first day I jumped on the Rascal Flatts tour. I opened them for all year last year. They were able to capture me doing my debut single on The Voice when I came back and did Wasting All These Tears. So I feel really lucky that I got to have that experience, and they've been really big supporters of me, so I'm grateful for them.
Oh, I reckon you're lucky in life if you get to do what you really, really love.
Yeah.
It's been absolutely lovely talking to you. Have you got anything you'd like to say to your UK fans?
Absolutely. I want to say I'm really excited for you guys to get to know me better by listening to my album Frame by Frame, and I want to give a shout out to the fans that have stuck with me since 2008. It's so good to be back, and I can't wait to visit again. I love coming back here and hanging out with you guys.
Fantastic. I mean, you've already mentioned, obviously, you're on Facebook, you're on Twitter. Are they the best places for people to catch up with you?
Absolutely.
Find out what you're doing?
Yes.
That's super, yeah.
Keep posted.
Definitely. Oh, well, thank you so much for chatting to us today, and I hope you have a wonderful trip for the rest of your time in England.
I will. Thank you so much. Yeah,
Looking forward to seeing
definitely.
you towards the end of the year.
Sounds good.
Brilliant.